All right, I think we're ready to go. I'm just trying to see if I can't even tell if it's straight in the camera or not. But anyway, I see this might be crooked a little. So I moved it, so let's see. Hello everyone, this is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. You can go to my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net, where you can see more about me, my events. You can see our product. You can place an order. You can sign up to have a workshop. You can join my team. Any questions, anything I can help you with, please reach out to me. So I know it's been a little while since I guess it's been a week since I last did a video. My part of it is my craft room has been in such a bad shape because it's off of like the dining room, and so a lot of things end up, especially over the holidays, getting stuck in here, and then it just, different things just was really getting out of control. So let me just see one thing here. Try this carefully because I know this doesn't like if I move this too much, but it looks like that's still crooked on there. Anyway, I don't get it, but it is what it is, I guess. New camera, and my new phone, and where everything is, it's underneath the I was trying to get things straight and then I messed it up, so I gotta just stop. But it's frustrating to me because when I moved it, then it went to this pause. It's like it paused it or whatever, and the area that I would have to touch to get it to start is right under the thing that's holding my camera. So I'm gonna have to figure this out and maybe do it just a little differently next time. I don't know if I turn my camera the other direction. I just don't want it standing on its head either, so I'll have to play around with it a little. But thanks for putting up with me. This is part of the reason too. Like, I've just had so much going on, and I was frustrated about a lot of things, and I just said, you know what, you just gotta take a step back. You'll do a video when you can do a video, and just don't put so much pressure on yourself to get your room back together, to get your life back in order. Just take some time for yourself, because, you know, holidays are out. And I know it was 4 months ago, but still, it's like it really just had a lot going on, I guess, overall. So hopefully now, before too much longer, I will be back on a more regular basis. But today, I am here, and I'm going to be showing you this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. Okay, and it's a regular color box. And in this, because it's April. Yes, April. So there's a few things here that are for fun, okay? So first of all, I'm just going to show you Shaded Spruce. That's the color, that ink spot. And then this is the stamp set. And I just had it here. Wait, it's over here. And I did stamp it. I'm going to put this to the side. I stamped them on here on this piece of scrap paper just to make it a little easier to see. Okay, so let me go in just a little closer if it will let me. Maybe it's not going to let me. Alright, I guess I have to leave it there because it's not, it's definitely not cooperating. But here, I hope you can see this okay. I'm just not sure how well the light hits it. With deepest sympathy, enjoy your day. I'm grateful for all the little things you do. Celebrate today. And then it's got this flower. It's got like this branch and these little spots. Okay? Now, so there's the beginning of this. Let me put some stuff down. Then, as always, they have something in here about next month's, and they're giving us a teaser that this is what the box will look like, except it will be in color. And May 2nd, we're going to really be able to see more about it. The colors involved in it are all the new in colors. We will get one of the colors in the ink spot. Okay? So that's what's coming next month. And then on the back of this, it shows that this month they gave us this free box organizer, and I'll show you that closer in a moment. All right. So when you open up the box, this was like this. Okay. So this comes out, the stamps come out. There is this. Okay. And then this is the box organizer. I'll show you that closer after I take everything else. I'm just going to show you everything first, and then we'll go back to some individual things. And then here's they always have it wrapped in some pretty tissue paper, which I tip it out. I don't like try to lift it because then it rips, because this is heavy. And then this is our packet, and then here you can see there's the instructions. There's a color, the way that they suggest doing the cards. Let me just get this open here if I can. I should be able to. All right, so here, wait, I'm going to move this away for a second to make it there. Oh, so I will move this out of the way. So this month we get some twine, baker's twine, this is Calypso Coral, and then black, basic black. We get these, which these are the same as, where did I put it? I put it here somewhere. Oh, here. I just wanted to show you. I keep my embellishments in these little things, and it's called Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and there's the number 158130 if you wanted to order some to have more. So I do have these extras, so I did bring them out just in case, because there's not, it's a little more limited there with what you have. And they also gave us in here some dimensionals, like the regular size dimensionals. What I ended up doing is, not only those, I pulled out from my stash some of the mini dimensionals here, and I'll show you why I did that and where I used those. Okay, so there's that. In here somewhere there's also, I don't see it right now, but there's also some glue dots here somewhere. I don't know if I ended up dropping it or just where it is, but they will turn up. Okay, so let me just grab everything here. Oh, there they are. See, glue dots. Okay. All right. So here's the envelopes. The envelopes are all the same for all of them, and see, it's two-sided on the outside this time, not on the inside. Okay. So those are the envelopes, and you get 8 of them because there's 9 of them. Okay, and this is the directions. All right, and I'll just show you these pieces, and then I will talk about the colors. All right, so you have 3 white card bases, and you have 3 card bases that have this Calypso Coral, like a wash on it. And then you've got these 3 open this way that has the shaded spruce on it. All right. In there, they also give you, let me find them first, these that has the Balmy Blue wash on, and those actually, they recommend that those go with the white. All right, so there's those. Then they give us these Calypso Coral. There's 3 of these little accents. Now we have 4 of these lighter, like Calypso Coral Stamped Off, which I'm not sure what, there may be another color that's close to. I know I didn't even look to see what those might be. And then these are some little things to put sentiments on. They gave us some longer, bigger things for some sentiments, and then this size for sentiments. Okay, so you see all these pieces, and then these little like kind of flowery edged accents also. All right, so let me put these things, where did I put the box? Right here. I'm going to put those things right there. Everything that I took out, I'm going to put back in here because I always have 2 and I've got the other one open. And then just to see, you get 3 sheets of this. And on here is these die cuts. Okay, so there's this, and look, don't know quite how that might show up on there, but you can see they're kind of silvery looking. So you have that, you've got this individual flower, you've got 3 of them hooked together, and then you've got 3 little flowers here. Okay, so there's 3 sheets of those. Then you have this sheet, and it also is, it's got some pieces in it that you're gonna take out. I'll do that for you here real quickly. And this is kind of to be like be laid over. They recommend laying it over the front of a card, and I will show you that in a moment, shortly here. I won't say a moment, shortly. But I just want to see. So all these, and there's 3 of those also. Okay. Oh, right here, one more. I think that's, is that everything now? I think so. Yes. So see, that's, and I'll just put this, where's the white? I got another white here, just so you can see it better. Okay. Now, so, because these are little and I don't want to lose them, I'm going to put them in my little container that I have here. Where did, oh, there they are. Just to kind of keep track of them. And I'm going to show you closer what I did here in a moment. Whoop. I just realized I knocked my light bar down, and okay, so I will, whoops, I don't know what I just did there. There's these 2. Now, one of the things that, like this, oh, here, okay, and so I've got more than one thing here. I'm just putting them, because these are, since I punched these out and they're some of them are kind of small, I don't want to take a chance of losing them, so I'm just going to stick them in here in my box, and I'll show you that closer in a moment. I keep saying a moment, I guess, in a little bit. I'll put this guy back here. Now, let me take out these extra pieces here if I can get a hold of them. All right, so here is this. They decided as a bonus to give us this box organizer. Now here they're showing that, I just put everything back in here. I'm going to take this out. It will fit inside here. See, these go this direction, they fit there, and these go this way. Now, if you want to do it to hold, like one of the suggestions was that you put them in so that you have all these little squares, and there'd be a place that you could organize your ink spots, okay? Or you could do it, you can really do it however you want. Now, I always feel all thumbs with this, but try and do it here. This one, if you do it on, once I get this one side set up, then it usually sits a little bit better. Makes it a little easier for maybe. I always feel all thumbs when no matter what I do. All right, let me try it. I just felt for me, it overall worked better to have the long ones sitting down. But for right now, let me just kind of do this so I can get them on there. All right. Okay. And there. So if you wanted it so that you could have the little squares in it, would go. I just want to make sure I got this. I think this one, I'll do this one next because that looks like it's in the middle. Yeah. So there, yeah, see, there. That's the easiest way if you want to do it so that you could put all of your ink spots in here. See, and then it will hold. Where's the other ink spot I had? Oh, it's in my box. Over here, if I can get a hold of it. So it'll hold 2 deep, okay? And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. There's 24 slots, so you can hold 48 in there. So that would be like 4 years worth of this usually. Most of the time you get one a month. Occasionally they give you an extra one, but that's 12. So 48, this could hold 4 years worth of ink spots if you wanted to do that. Now, but you can arrange it any way you want. What I did was I had the one side over here be really small, and then this one I decided I wanted this a little bigger and the biggest spot here. And then here I'm putting my adhesives and my bling in this part. I'm putting some of the bigger of the sentiment pieces there. These little ones there. And then here I have these, and I also have these. And if the one thing I did realize was that if your fingers feel big and you can't get down in there, you can take your pick tool, the putty end will pick those up, okay? Then over here, in the back here, I put, now these are some extra pieces of basic white cardstock. That could be a front, it could be an inside of a card. I just cut some of those and stuck those in here. But that's where I put these that they gave us, and also I put, like these in that one. Well, actually those there, this here in the middle one. So that there, the bigger pieces here, and these here. Over here I put the different little orange things. I'm just sitting them up so it's easy to grab the end of them. And these are in here. These smaller ones are here, and then my ink spot. But this is just to kind of give you one example of how you might want to do it if you didn't want to do it this way. Okay? But what's nice about it is then you can make it whatever you want. Like if you wanted, let's say if you wanted these here to be bigger this way, and you just do it this way but not have this other one around, then you could leave that out. Okay? If you wanted... Now, it's trickier the other way, that's really, I'm trying to think. That's, because if you leave this out, it would be that big. So anyway, you can play around with it. If it's something that you think they only gave us one per box, and they said they're not going to make them available for sale, unfortunately. But I've heard some I saw some comments online from some people who got it who said they are going to use it as a template and to be able to make more for themselves, so they can do different, you know, have different types of organizational boxes, you know, and because these are, overall, these are fairly sturdy and you can reuse them for many things. All right, so here's the directions, and they always, on the front, they give you a picture of how they recommend doing it. On the back, it tells you everything that's in your, that comes in your kit. And then here, it tells you the coordinating colors. So I have the coordinating colors here. They put them in alphabetical order. A lot of times I move them around just to make it hopefully be a little more pleasing to the eye. Do I have an extra one here? I think I do. Oh no, I got it. Poppy, so the colors included in this Poppy Parade, so you can see on the flowers, the Poppy Parade, the Calypso Coral, that's what that other color is supposed to be. Remember, I couldn't think, is that, it looked a little different. Nope, it is. It's silly me. Petal Pink, Balmy Blue, which was, you know, this color is Balmy Blue. And then Basic Black, and then they have two greens. They've got the lighter green here is Granny Apple Green, and the darker green is Shaded Spruce. All right, so those are the colors that coordinate with this. But another thing they show back here is some alternates, and there's some different places that you can go to see the an unboxing of the kit and how they recommend to put it together. You also can see some other things that coordinate with it. If you go online, especially on YouTube, people all the time are putting alternates on YouTube, okay? So then when you open it up, the first thing right here, it shows you, like, so if you just lift this up and push it back, this is for each card what you need, you know, to put each card together, okay? I just realized it has two number ones here. One of them should have been number 3, but that's okay. On here, it's really, they do, now this is number 1, this was their number 3 one, the third one that they put together here. So that's kind of funny how that was like that. But anyway, then in here, they have all the different, what you need for each piece. It's always recommended that you do your stamping first and get that out of the way. To if you are gonna use the twine, they tell you what they suggest and how they suggest putting it together. I don't always follow what they say, but you know. And then on here, this is the back of this, and it's showing these bigger things like that. That means that you're using, like, see, these have the bigger ones. That means that you're going to use the dimensionals. The darker, like here it's dark. Those are the glue dots. Okay, and the same here. See, glue dots. And then these bigger ones here, those are the dimensionals glue dot there. And then again, they're just showing you step by step what they recommended. And then on the third card, it's a combination, okay, because this is a separate piece. They had you put 5, they recommended 5 of the glue dots. You can, if you have, honestly, this is big enough, any of them. You don't have to use the glue dots or the dimensionals if you don't want to. You can use whatever adhesives you have, whether it's glue, whether it's a tape runner like the Stampin' Seal, or, you know, whatever you want. Okay, so I made cards similar. I have to say similar because I did make a few little changes here and there. But this was on this one. This is where they put that on this card base. Okay, and it is popped up and with the dimensionals. This maybe looks a little different than how they did. I'm not real good at doing that circular stuff, and I know that my my bling I put on a little differently than they did, because I didn't exactly like where they had the bling, but it doesn't matter. It's your card. Do what you want with it. Okay, and so and here again is the envelope. This one, see, so here they used this little piece here and this, okay, put it like that. Okay, for this one, they took, I can get a hold of it here, they took this card base and then they used this piece and they stamped the dots. These dots here, they stamped randomly across. And then they wrapped some black baker's twine around, glued that down. Whoop. Yes, I'm going to have to put a little more glue on here. And then they had, because they just had you put one on there, but I can see I need more. But, and then they put that down on top of it, put this over it, and this is popped up, and these individual ones are popped up. This is they use the circle and put the sentiment, and that's popped up. And again, I put these on a little differently. This I followed a little closer to what they had. Okay, then the third one, and this one, I wanted to show you something with this, okay? So, they took, I hope I said the right, yeah, I did. They took this light blue, and they put it here like this. Okay, that's going to go on there. But before they did, they stamped again randomly with some of these spots around. And then they put this whole piece on. And mine's a little different. They had just parts of that sticking out. And I didn't like how it looked, so I ended up making a little bow and sticking it on the corner. And theirs was straight. I decided I liked it better tipped. Okay, but the one thing they did that I really didn't care for, so I didn't do it, was they suggested putting the individual one like just over the top like that. Well, and I thought, well, that's a waste, because then you've got this down there. So everybody can do what they want. You know, if you wanted to do it like that, go ahead. You want to put it over here, go ahead. If I was going to do it, I think I would do it something more like this, so that you still can see all of them, but pop that up, okay? And I'm going to show you an alternate. So that's an alternate right there. The fact that that's not even on there, that's a little different, but, so... But if I was going to put it on here, I'd probably do something more like this, or I may even stick this more underneath, and back, but I think I probably would do something more like this, so that you can at least see some of all the flowers underneath it. All right, but let me show you the alternate that I made. Okay, so I ended up taking a piece of white cardstock, and oh no, I didn't take white cardstock. Back it up, Sonia. I ended up using the envelope. Okay, I cut the envelope. And I've done this before. I will show you. I will do some stuff with the envelope today. But basically, I start by cutting the edges here. Maybe I will do that. So we have two. So let me just make sure everybody can see this. I line the edge of this up with the far edge of the brown on this, because that just takes a 1/16 of an inch off. Then I flip it like this and do the same thing. Okay. And then, so now it's flat. So what I usually do, because I don't want to have that crease there, I usually put that, again, right on the edge of that brown, the far brown, so then that is on this piece. And this is nice. Oop, might be time to change my blade. That's a little fuzzy. And then, because this, see, so then here's where this fold is. But what I usually do is that'll be side to side. So our cards are 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I usually do this at 4. So I have, but if you wanted, you could do it at 4 1/4, and you're still, see, here's the there's the fold is, I don't know how well you can see the fold. Let me move this. The fold is here. Okay, so if you wanted 4 1/4 to cover the whole front, you can cut it there. If you wanted just to have it be a layer like I did, then you can put it back to 4. And then you're going to cut this, and you're either going to have it 5 1/2 if you wanted it to cover everything, or 5 1/4 if you want it. Or you could even do 5 and 3 3/4. And then it leaves you with, you get left with like these pieces. These are from what I cut from before. Okay. I may do more with that in a little bit. I'm just going to stick this over here in my box a little bit out of the way. Then what I did was, let me put this back together. Then on here, so on the front, basically it was like this front, cut down just a little more, but this front. And then I just I put some of these, stamped in those on. Like, so I stamped these, I put them around, and then I had to stamp another one because when I put the flowers on it, it hit it. So just if you're going to do something like this, you want to pay attention to where your flowers are going to go so that you can have stuff sticking out like that if you want. Okay, and then I just stamped directly on here with this. You could also put it on here. You could use like one of these, or just a plain piece of white cardstock that you have. Okay, any shape that you want, and just big enough for your sentiment. And then I played around. Then I decided, I thought, what can I do? I fussy cut around these, because when I wanted these separate, I wanted to have these separate flowers, see, like that. So what happened was, because when you start cutting in here, they don't have white around them. Now, I did see, I happened to just look quickly at Rachel Tessman, Stamp Your Art Out. She used, where did I put it right now? She used this. Now, I don't know how well it would work with these bigger flowers, but because she cut apart, and which I will do this in a little bit, she wanted to cut this apart, and she wanted the white around, so she showed how she trimmed around. And then this one spot right here didn't have the white around it, so she just took a little piece, she glued it to the back, and then she trimmed it to match. And you really couldn't, even on the video, you couldn't even tell that she had added that extra piece. And then she let it dry. She stamped a little bigger. She let it dry, and then she cut it to match the other. So you could do that. So just so that you know, if you really want the white around, like you have here, there's ways to get around it. Okay, whether it's those pieces, whether there's some other white that you have that you put behind. Just a little note, just to show you a little bit of the difference. I'm not sure how well it shows up on camera. The white that comes in the kit is a little different. This is our basic white. This is what comes in the kit. I'm pretty sure I got that right. Yeah. Anyway, so they do look just a little, yes, they do look just a little different. So you might not want to use your regular cardstock for that, but if you have some pieces of old kit that has a little bit bigger pieces of white left, that also could work. All right. So then once I put this together, then I got thinking, what color base do I want it on? And I just set it on a piece of the shaded spruce. I set it on a piece of the Granny Apple Green, and I also set it on a piece of the Calypso Coral. I didn't try the pink, but I didn't like the orangey one. I really wanted the green. And then I was like, oh wait, do I want just one? Do I want both of them? In the end, because I didn't really want to cut this down anymore than what I have it, so I ended up, because the card base, I decided to put the Granny Apple Green there, and then the shaded spruce around it. So the shaded spruce is the regular card size. It's 4 or 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. The Granny Apple Green is a 1/16 of an inch smaller. So the easiest way to do that is to just put this, okay, so you know it's 5 1/2, And the 16th is that first little notch. So just there, trim it off. Okay. And the same for this at 4, this would be 4 1/4 is the size of the card base. So you just would do it, that little tick right to the left of it. I mean, to the right of it. And that gave me, oh dear, what did I just pay? Here it is. That gave me this very thin Granny Apple Green. If I had thought it through more and decided that's what I wanted to do, I probably would have made this just a little bit smaller, you know, so that it wouldn't have to be the 16th of an inch. But on the other hand, I kind of like just that very tiny reveal. If you have the 1/4 inch reveal, is more, you know, how well you can see, this is like a 1/4 inch. So see, it's a little bit more. That's what it would have been if I just put this straight onto the dark green. Okay. So, just a few little tips, a few little. So anyway, and then I played around with it, and I put the yeah, whatever they're called, the dimensionals wherever I thought I needed to, so that I want it to look like that's a little further back, this a little bit higher, that's a little bit higher. But then I also wanted this to kind of pop up a little more, so I did, as you can see right there, I did put some dimensionals there, I put some more there, and more. So I just, to play around with it. Some of it doesn't have it, so that if you put it on one part and not the other, it can make it like go flat and then up a little bit on your card, flat and up, almost like, okay, so that can give you, just adds a different type of dimension. Oh, I was going to also decided on here, why I brought these mini ones in. The regular size do fit on these, but I didn't want that big of a, I wanted it to be a little smaller. So I got the mini dimensionals, because I have lots of these around, some from previous kits, some I bought. Because you can buy both sizes, are available online, you know, in our store. Or you could have, I could have even cut these or even these edges down. But I have those, let me use those, because I really want the smaller ones. Okay, but you can do it, you know, it's your project. That's the thing. Part of when we show you this stuff, yes, we might show you the way that's recommended, but overall, you do it the way you want. It's your project, your card. You do what you want. Okay, so I'm just thinking here. I had what I was going to do today. All right. Oh, I know. Here it is. Oh, I'm going to try sitting. I don't know. I'm at a different desk. I'm going to see. This one's a little lower than the other. Oh, hi, Meg. I just looked over. Finally, we'll go over at my messages. Hi, Meg. Thanks for watching. Now, I'm going to take, I have to think a second. All right. Yes, I want one of these. Now, I did try, I played around with it, but then I didn't like exactly how I did. But so I'm just going to turn it over and use this side and get my scrap paper. And what I decided I wanted to do was, actually, I might start with this. I want this more in the middle, a little bit more in the middle. So, get my blending brush, and with the Calypso Coral, I'm just going to kind of do right here. Okay. And actually, if I wanted, I could also mix in a little bit. I didn't get it out, but I could do, right here it is, right? Do a little bit of this in there too with the, sometimes it's nice to mix some of these colors. This is the Petal Pink, which is the lighter color in there. Okay, and then I'll just see. I may add a little more of either of those in a minute. I'm going to close these up though, so otherwise I'll put my fingers in them. Then down here, I wanted to do 2 green. I'm going to start, maybe if I can get this out of here, there. I'm going to start with Granny Apple Green. Okay, and see, I start off there so I don't get a big, I still got a little bit of a bigger smush there, like, okay, so there's that color. I did the lighter one first because there's a little bit on there. It won't matter if it gets in the darker one. And then I just wanted to add just a little color here of this. Okay. And actually I may do just, even though I cleaned it off, do just a little bit more of this lighter color there. There. So there's the green. And then I'm just going to do just balmy blue on the top, just one color for the top. Now I have chosen to have I have 6 of these sizes, and I have one in blue, one in green, one in orange, one in yellow, one in red, and one in pink. I do pink or purple. Okay. I also got some of the tiny ones, smaller ones. I haven't used the mini ones really yet, as you can see. So there. Do that. Oh, if I can get a hold of this. And this would come right up here, and you can see I just I go down to and just over a little bit the other color so that there's not like a hard line between them. Okay, so there's that. Good enough. Now, then I wanted, and what I decided, I wanted to cut. Now I have to think here for a minute. I knew what I wanted to do the other day, but now I got to think about it. I'm going to cut right here. Cut here. There, you're still going to have a little white around it. And cut. Whoop. I could have done that maybe a little better. There, there. Okay, that's off. I'm going to cut right here off also. And right there. So, oops. And here. So I don't want these little pieces of white here, so I'm going to trim here. And I'm going to trim here. Okay. Now let me just, get this little nubbies off here. If you wanted, you could go back and fussy cut a little closer to these. Okay. And that's going to be here. Now, you see this one, you can see the black. However, you could put your sentiment over there so it kind of hides it, or you could put, if you decided you wanted some of the flowers, you could put a flower there. Okay. Let me just see. There's a few different things you could do. Like, you wanted this could go here, like that. Any of these could go, like if you wanted maybe this could be right there, and you have your sentiment. You could maybe even, or this round one, you know, you could even do some of the little flowers there if you wanted, you know, like this, and maybe another one over here, you know, whatever. You could, because one of my other one, I wanted to trim these apart, so I didn't trim them yet, so let me just see here. So you see that little bit of black again. I had a couple thoughts for that. Just a second here. Let me just, this is a little there, and trim this off like this. It's a little there. So even if you wanted, this could go kind of like that. Even, you know, you could even have it almost coming from looking almost like it's coming from behind, maybe more like that. You know, and if you wanted, even right here, it still could, you still could have, it could be like that. This could even be like this. See, there's so many things you can do, okay? You can hide it in so many ways. All right, so because I know I'm going a little long, I'm going to just take, I'm going to use tape runner I have here. It's not our Stampin' Seal, but that is available. And, or you could do dots of glue. You could do this is what they would recommend, and they give you these. And part of this is so that you don't have to have extra glue if you don't want, but most of us have some kind of glue. And, but anyway. And then this, I'd put this. Try and make sure I got this on here right. Like that. Okay. And let me see if I did want, let me see, maybe I will do that here. This could even be, you could even like slide it under here. Look at that. There. Like that. I think that's how I'm going to do it. And again, if you wanted, you could, I didn't on here, but you could pop those flowers up a little bit, excuse me. And if you wanted, I could have even put some yellow over here. Okay, you could stamp a sentiment up here. You could stamp it on something that's a little bigger than I want down there, but you could stamp it down there. Let me just see, what sentiment do I want on this one? Celebrate today, enjoy the deepest sympathy. Okay, I'm grateful for all the little things you do. I have a few sympathy, I don't need a lot of them, so I'm not necessarily choosing to do a sympathy card today. But let me think. Let me just look here. If I, excuse me, oh, I left my water out in the other room. But I think I might put this one right here. Is that the, yeah, I think I like the idea of that up there. And it could be, and I think I'm going to do it in black. Got my black here. Let me just, I'm going to stamp this though on a, just on here, make sure. Oh, which I need my other, need this. Okay, let me try this again because I think it's not quite, I would kind of like it a little darker, but I don't know if I'm going to get it a little darker. Might be trying to re-ink that, but that's okay. I think I'm going to like that just up there. Okay, so here we go. There. Oh yeah, that's good on there. Like that. Okay. And if you wanted, you could put, something down here. Now this I'm just going to put on the, I got a white card base, different than the one they gave us. I'm going to put that just like that. I might pop that whole thing up. I think I'm going to do that. Just something a little different. And this was my original thing, and I didn't like how it turned out. So no one's going to ever see that because it'll be hidden when I put it on the front of my card. Not that it's horrible, it just was not exactly. Probably as you can see, it looked almost brown. I didn't want brown. So I'm going to do one in each corner, and I'm going to do like this. A couple in the, now, and I'm going to, sometimes I put just one in the middle. I decided I wanted that. Now, I was sitting down, I got to stand up so I can make sure I've got this, and I hope you all can hear me okay, because my microphone fit in my other phone, not this one. There's that. And if you wanted, like you can look, if you wanted and you think, oh, I'd like a little more support, like here, you could slide another one here and here, okay? You can do it, or here. So if once you get it on, if you think it needs a little more to, you know, help hold it up, then you can do that. All right, now, here's these. Where's my take your pick tool? Let me just think here what I want. That, this, and I think I'm gonna, let's see here. I think I like it like that. Big one here, and then these two little ones. If you wanted, you could put something else down here, whether it was one of these little flowers. If you wanted more, something down here more. Okay, but I'm just gonna do it like this. And then, of course, you can do whatever you want on the inside. Oh, I was going to show you. Only one of the ones I did ahead of time did I stamp something on the inside. Partly I was just playing a little bit. But, you know, many times I've told you, if you watch me for any length of time, you've heard this from me before. I don't necessarily do the inside because sometimes, when I've done it in the past and when I want to, whoever I want to give it to, the inside, I might like what's on the outside, I might like what's on the inside, but maybe not together for that person or for that thing. And this, I just did some decoration. I didn't put a sentiment. So enjoy your day. Then I got playing around. I stamped some of the dots there. I stamped this. So this is in the Granny Apple Green. The darker's in the Shaded Spruce. And then I did the Granny Apple Green flowers. And I went, wait, I think I want to try just a little bit of the Calypso Coral. So I did some flowers in Calypso Coral also. Okay, so those are there. And then you got a spot, you can either write a note by hand, you can stamp something in and sign it. Okay, it's whatever you want. If any of these, like this is a darker one, so if you wanted to have space to put more to write, you can always put a piece of white cardstock on the back. Okay. So there's my second alternate, the first one that I did with you. Now, my other thing was I wanted to do, I know what, I was going to show you this because when I mentioned that I had watched, I had watched some, oh wait, I may wait and do this because now that I think about it, I'm going to do another video here this afternoon with a fun fold. So I won't do what I started to think what I was going to do with that. But I'm going to bring back this that I cut earlier, partially cut. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. And what do I want on here? Then, okay. So this one, I do want it, I want to show a little bit, again, I'm going to show a little bit of the white. So this way it's going to be 4 inches. And this way it's going to be 5 1/4 inches. Okay, so I got this. So I really like that blue. If you want, you even can do with this, you know, you could add that to the front, which maybe I will try that. Even though, because I could put it on and then trim that off. I might do that. Another thought that I didn't have originally, but let me just see here what I might want to do with this. Let me get, so if I wanted, let me just see. I'm thinking as I'm going here. Okay, maybe I'll do it this direction. So that's like that. I could have had it, and then this. It's kind of neat looking, isn't it? Let me just see it, because I was thinking of putting this across the one I cut. I think I'm going to do that. See, I'm even altering my altering my plan. Let me just see here, because I want this in the center. I want that to look like it's about the same amount. So this is actually, this I knew that was going to be, that's 5 1/4. So this is, it's really 5 3/4. So I need 1/4 off each end. So there's 1/4 there. Hopefully I did that right. Yep, and there's 1/4, almost did 1/2. Now let me make sure that I got this correct. Yep, see, look. So now that's just like that. Just did 1/4 off each end. And, whoop. Now, there's a couple ways I could do this. I could glue this right on there. And then put this over the whole card so that it's glued that way. Or I could glue it like this, which if I left it together maybe would have been a better thing, but I could do it like that and have this be, so really it's like, and then I might do that and then have a little bit of white all the way around. I'm going to have it go this way. I think that's how I'm going to do it. So, you know, as they say, best laid plans sometimes get changed. I'm going to do this and this. Oh wait, I maybe didn't want to, I know I wanted that second one because I was thinking I might want to be able to lift it up, but oh well. I'm going to do this. The edges there. The other thing is, if I just did it to the back, I could have, because then you could have lifted that up. I'm going to leave it like this. So because it's like that, I'm going to, or I could have, the other thing you could do, because that was the flap, I could have just wet that, licked it, or used my water, yeah. And then that'll go like that. So, already I'm even doing different than what I thought it was going to do, but that's all right because it's part of the creative process. I don't know about you, but this is not the first time I have started doing something and changed my mind a little bit about what exactly I wanted to do. So there's that. See, and that opens up. And where is it? Now, I just want to, I'm not going to worry about this. I'm going to put this like this, I believe, and here it is. I'll put, for sure, pop that up. I think I'm going to put a couple, 2 or 3 of those on. So this, you could use glue. Again, you could use glue. You could use your tape runner. You could use glue dots. I'm just going to do it like this. You could bump this. You know, I could have popped that up, but I decided I want to put some of these on and pop them up. So I'm going to do this. See, let me just show you this. See, it goes right in the center. And just show you this. Yes, this will fit on those. Okay. It just depends on what you want. I don't know if you can tell. Well, you can see it. It just depends. I decided, though, I wanted more like a little, almost like just the very, you know, in the very center, like the back of where it had a little stamen. Okay. So I'm going to put that there. And that there. There's 2. I might want a 3rd one. I may not. I'm going to wait on that because I'm going to put my sentiment over here. Oh, and I just was realizing I might have wanted to get a little ahead of myself. I think I would have liked a little bit of the green over here and the dots and stuff. So let me just see. I'm going to use a lighter green. So I should have done this obviously before I put it on here, before I put that on. Let me just see if I can get under here a little bit. Sometimes you can. that. And I do want this up here a little bit. So, let's see if I can get this under here. I wasn't thinking. There, good enough. Yeah, that covers it, so it doesn't matter that I didn't get it 100%. But I don't know if anybody else ever does these crazy things like I'm doing. And then we do have these little flowers, which, let me just see, I don't know, I may add a little bit of those here and there. We'll see, maybe not. All right, so here's this part. And I think I just want one of my, what else do I have here to say? This one could be a good one for With Sympathy now that I think about it. I was thinking I wouldn't do that, but I think I might. Maybe I will. But I don't necessarily want that shape. Does it fit on this? It does. All right, so With Sympathy, and that one I'm going to do in black. Okay, put that on here. Okay, Deepest Sympathy. Oh, here they are, my scissors. And this will go here. Actually, I think I'm going to do it. I smeared that a little. Let me try the other side. See if I can get this a little better. Yeah, I do like that a little bit. I'm going to just let it sit there and let it dry. And if you wanted, you could put, you know, you could put a color under it, like a piece of colored cardstock under it. Actually, I think this one would let me make sure it's, I want to be sure it's dry. Yep. I think this is what I'm going to do. Let me see, do I like it with, I think so. I think I'm going to put this right here. I do like that, I decided. So, again, put this right in the center. Well, you don't have to. You put it to the side if you want. Put that there. And if you wanted to have, let's see, so I didn't do anything to show you. If you wanted, you could even add a little bow. Maybe a little bigger than I really want. Here, wait, try it again. Whoop. Nope, it came all the way out. Try again. Get it a little bigger. There. So I want to pull this. It wants to come all the way through, and I don't want it all the way through. I want it like that. There. And then we can just pull this down to the size you want. And let me just do this. And I can play around with it a little bit to get it the size I want. And just see if this is really going to do what I want it to do or not. Because that... Oh, hi, Michelle. Thanks for watching. I have to go back and see. Meg said something about... Something looks like mountains that I didn't... Oh, this maybe with the point down mountains in the background. That's true. That could be that way. Now, and I think I might just put this... I don't know. I will trim it down, but I just want to see, do I really like this? Or it could even be over here. Maybe that's better, because I think over here it's too much with the sympathy, but I think I'm going to put it there. So this, I'm going to do a glue dot and put it on the knot. Take the backing off, and then I'm just going to squish this a little because it's a little bigger than the knot. Okay, and I'm going to put this right over here. And then I can trim these down a little bit. Ta-da, there's the and. I just want a little bit of bling on here. Where's my bling? Well, I had it here. Anyway, oh, here it is, hiding under this. Let me just think how I'm going to do this. And again, one of the things too with these, if you wanted, you could put it in the center of the flowers like this. Just to show you, I'm going to do it on this one. I thought I picked one up. Oh, there it is. It went on top of the other. It's hard to see them. Like that, right there. And I think I'll put a bigger one. So that's 3, and I usually do odd numbers. So I put this up here. That there, and like that. Something a little different than I usually do there. So there's that. Okay, so I'm going to stop now because I've been going for quite a while because I wanted to show you so much. I had so much to show you. I will come back a little later and show you a couple of fun folds. So my plan, at least for today, is 2 videos and 2 live videos, and then I will share them later on Facebook. So if you're watching this later, either the replay on Facebook, I said that wrong, it's on Facebook. The replay on Facebook, you know, you can let me know if you like it, or, you know, and comments are always welcome. Just obviously, we always ask that we're kind to each other. If you watch me on YouTube, which that's really later on YouTube also, and you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate if you subscribe, and maybe you can give me a thumbs up if you like it. Okay, I'm gonna just put the cards without the envelopes here. Okay, so all right. I'll do it this way. There we go. So hopefully you can see all of these. There's those 2, these 2. I guess I can put something over. I'm gonna put it to the side. Trying out some different things here and trying to make sure everything can be seen. There, you can see all of them there. So there you go. There's that. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this, and until we meet again, happy stamping, happy crafting, whatever. Thanks. Bye.